Hello everyone, I'm just trying out the Makro Kruzer again. See that? Very clear, 56, 57, 58. It's not so deep. I think that's probably a lead bullet. But I'm going to dig that up and show you. I still don't have something to mount the camera on, so I can't do live digs properly yet, but at some point I will do. Moving on for the moment. Well, it wasn't a lead bullet, it was a modern bullet casing. Yep, moving on. Well guys, that's my next find. Yeah, it's one of them. No, it's off a paraffin lamp. This is what they used to raise and lower the wick, which would have gone through there. I mean, it's kind of a cool find. It's quite old, about 100 years old. It actually was on the surface just underneath the leaves, so I didn't have to dig for that. But yeah, cool. Moving on. Now this is just for a little bit of information for you guys. This is the multi-Kruzer. I tend to use it on two-tone. Sometimes also the four-tone, because I find those two are the deepest. The issue here in Switzerland where I'm digging is that you can't go too deep. There's a limit to how deep you can dig. And I have a really scratchy signal. There's no readout except for this occasional 98. 97, 96, 98. You know, I would love to dig that, but I know, being that it's so scratchy, that it's right at the limit of my detector, which means it's beyond what I'm allowed to dig here. So unfortunately, this one I'll have to leave. Moving on. Hi everyone, I have another signal here. 53, 54, 43. It's a bit jumpy. 69. Wow. Okay. Yeah. It's probably a bullet, but I'll dig it and I'll show you. Be back in a moment. Well, if you were wondering whether the Makro multi-Kruzer can find small targets, yeah, I would say so. That's my finger. I don't have giant fingers. That's a very small, I think 2.2 bullet. Very, very small. Okay, moving on. Now this catches me out quite often when I find this. When you see it down in the dirt, just see the edge of something, you think, ah, coin! And then you dig it. I mean, it's kind of cool. It's late 1800s, early 1900s rimfire cartridge. So in some ways it's nice to find, but would have been nicer to find a coin. But anyway, cool. Moving on. And you guys, I just had another rimfire cartridge, but I thought I would show you. See where that little tree is? By that tree, I dug up that rimfire cartridge. I flowing haired it, unfortunately, but it wasn't a silver coin, thank goodness. But that's how I leave my holes, to the point where you can't see them. Not because I'm not supposed to be here, because I have a license to be here, but just to be considerate of the surroundings, and so that people don't come and stumble in any holes, because then we give a really bad reputation. Yeah, just thought I'd show you that quickly. Try and be considerate, so that we can all enjoy this hobby. Moving on. Hey guys. Still in this beautiful forest here. It's a wonderful day. Birds are singing. Cars are roaring. Anyway, I've just got a cracking 96 signal on the Makro multi-Kruzer and the two-tone. And it's this. It's buried into the ground I found a few of these in this woodland. I still don't know what they're for. I thought being, you know, right at the base of this tree could be something interesting because the tree's been dead a long time. But no. Anyway, moving on. Well, hey everyone, that's my next find. Yeah. What is it? I don't know. It's kind of cool. I didn't break it. It was in 2 pieces. That's an old break. I don't know if you can see. It's an old break. Yeah, I don't know what it is. But it's kind of cool. Got another signal nearby, so I'll dig that and I'll show you. Moving on. Sorry guys, that was the second signal, just a tiny piece of lead. Although it had the same numbers. Yeah, nothing really interesting. Well, I mean, I find it interesting, but yeah, moving on. Well, that's my next find. Pieces of a harmonica reed. I actually find these really cool. I'm very happy to find them. I didn't break it again. It's an old break. But I'm out in these woods. It's a beautiful day. Yeah, maybe find something cool. But so far, not so much luck. Anyway, moving on. Okay guys, I mean, I have no idea what that signal is. Bouncing around the 40 mark. I'll dig it up and I'll show you. Well, yeah. Piece of licorice? Metal licorice? I don't know. Don't think it's a bullet. I have no idea. If you know, post below. Thank you for watching and subscribing, and if you can, like and comment. I'll keep making them if you're still interested. Moving on. Well folks, that's my next find. It's an unfired round, but that's iron, that tip, so it's kind of cheaply made, and it has a ridge there. I don't know, I'll try and clean that end up and see if I can get anything of it, but I've not seen a bullet like that before. Long tip, but that's iron. Anyway, moving on. And that's my next find. A small button. Unfortunately the shank is broken, so it's a eunuch button. But yeah, it's concave, I think. Concave on, yeah, I think it's concave. I always get the concave and convex mixed up, but anyway. It's always cool to find a button. Moving on. And again, this is a little bit aside from metal detecting. Although you find this stuff in the woods all the time. Actually, get a strong, slightly acidic taste. Great to add. You know, it's kind of citrusy flavour, so it's great to add a few leaves to salad, but don't overdo it. Yeah, there's lots of things in the wild that you can eat. There's all sorts of things just around me on the floor here. Anyway, back to metal detecting. Moving on. Well, yes, well, it's metal with stone. I think that might be a sharpening stone, but I'm not sure. I don't know what's going on with this little stone at the back here. I think it's just stuck on there, but I'm not sure. Yeah. I don't know. Don't know what it was. If you know, post below. Well, that's kind of a cool find. That's a little piece of a crowdal bell. I found my first one not so long ago, a whole one. Unfortunately, I didn't have a camera with me to film it, but yeah, this is cool. Moving on. So just a short summary of what I found today. These are the rimfire bullets. Found a few of those. This is this very odd bullet that, I mean, I don't know at all what kind of bullet that is. More modern hunting rifle bullets. This, still don't know what that is. Piece of a crowdal bell. Bits of harmonica reed that I found. I rechecked the hole and there was more of it in there. I don't know, metal licorice. Piece of an oil lamp. I think a sharpening stone. And this was, I didn't film this, this was I think my first target. So it's got a screw in it, so it's modern. Yep, not such fantastic finds for today, but hopefully I'll be back with more. Moving on.